Hello! Genshin Impact patch 3.6 first half banner just went live yesterday. So now we'll be going over to the banner. We will talk about the 4-star character, 5-star character, and the weapon banner. Although if you're free to play, I suggest that you just avoid weapon banner completely. But yeah, hi everyone, my name is Josan, and let's just get started. First, we talk about the 4-star character. We have Kuki Shinobou, the go-to 4-star character for triggering Hyper Bloom reaction, which is in my opinion right now is the best team composition because of how good the performance is and how cheap it is to build a Hyper Bloom team. For Kuki Shinobou, just level her up to level 90, use full Elemental Mastery artifact and put Iron Sting, and you're good to go. Also, some people say that you want Constellation 2 if you want to run Hyper Bloom Kuki Shinobou, which is not really. Yes, it will increase your performance, but it is not requirement to run a Hyper Bloom Kuki Shinobou. You still can run a good Hyper Bloom Kuki Shinobou without Constellation 2. After that we have Layla, a good shielder character and she's pretty straightforward. She has shield and her shield is pretty good. Pretty sure she's number 2 in case of shield power, so number 1 is Zhongli, number 2 Layla, and I forgot whether it's Toma or Diona in number 3, and the rest of them, I don't care about the rest of them. But yeah, Layla is a good shield character. And the last one is Dori. Yeah, Dori. I don't have much to say except that if Dori is not part of this banner, the banner will be a good banner for a new player because every single one of them, except for Dori of course, will give you a good value especially for a new player. So yeah, that's my opinion about Dori. Now we talk about the 5-star, which is Nahida and Nilou. I guess it's pretty clear who you have to pull if you don't have either of them. Nahida is just so good. She gave a really good supporting capability and work as a sub DPS or even an on-feed driver. You can run her in a lot of team variation, making her really versatile and overall boosting every single one of your team performance that consists of Dendro reaction. So yeah, if you don't have Nahida, pull for Nahida. In the case of Nilou, I'm not saying that she's just bad overall. It's just that if you want to pull for Nilou, then you kinda want to sacrifice versatility for damage performance. Because Nilou actually deals a lot of damage. It's just that you really tied down to one gameplay style, which is Dendro plus Hydro team in order to activate her passive. And not only that, you still have to bring a healer, so that your team didn't die because of the bountiful core self-damage. Unless you're crazy or have a high constellation Nilou, playing her with other element other than Dendro or Hydro will just reducing her performance. Oh yeah, and also when you play Nilou, it is highly advised for you to bring Nahida as the Dendro applicator. So yeah, remember what I'm talking about when Nahida boosts overall Dendro team? That also includes Nilou. So if you don't have Nahida or Kokomi and you're not really planning to pull for Baizu, you might want to think twice before you pull for Nilou, because at that point the only way to play Nilou is to bring her with Yao Yao, preferably a high constellation 1, Barbara, and then either Dendro Traveler or Kole. Once again, versatility is not a big thing when it comes to Nilou. Next, the weapon banner. Once again, I highly advise if you're free to play, just avoid the weapon banner in general. And if you're a low spender, make sure you pull on a banner where you're fine getting either one of the featured weapon. That's just a good rule of thumb on pulling on weapon banner. Now, the first 5-star weapon is Key of Khaj Nisut. Khaj Nisut? Khaj Nisut? I don't really know how to pronounce it. Of course, this weapon is best in slot for Nilou, not only increasing her HP so that you can deal more damage from her, but also buff her teammate EM based on her HP stat, which is a lot of HP, so a lot of buff. This weapon will be good for Nilou if you really want to invest with her, but there are still many free-to-play alternative weapon choice for her. Of course, because the weapon is tailor-made for Nilou who have a special kit, the weapon becomes not really versatile. The only option that I can think of other character that can using the weapon is Kuki Shinobou and Layla, and that's about it. Hey, Editor Jason here. I just saw a video from this YouTube account. Apparently, the personal damage improvement coming from key weapon is pretty comparable with the 4-star Iron Sting. And the reason why is basically because of the self buff from key weapon is just too much. It got to the point that it hit diminishing return. I link the video in the description if you wanna see the damage comparison for yourself. But yeah, that's another reason to think twice about pulling for the key weapon. So yeah, let's continue. After that, we have Nahida's weapon, 1000 Floating Dreams. Generally, the best in slot for her, giving high EM stat and passive that give the user an EM or elemental damage buff based on your teammate's elemental type. The weapon also boosts your team EM too. With that said, Nahida still have so many alternatives ranging from 3-star weapon, 4-star gacha weapon, and even craftable weapon that still will give your Nahida a good stat and value. These 5-star weapon of course are still very good and competitive, but in terms of pull value, I don't think you should prioritize pulling for this weapon. Now for the 4-star weapon. First we have Favonius Claymore. This is just a good weapon. Favonius series a good weapon because it gives you a white energy particle, making your team energy particle regeneration more consistent, which led to more consistent burst uptime, which is led to consistent damage uptime. So yeah, overall good weapon. Next weapon is Sipux Moonlight, the weapon that a lot of people love, because this weapon is just good for anyone who's skilled of Elemental Mastery, and then the passive convert your EM into energy recharge for you and your party, which is, again, good. Next one is Sacrificial Catalyst. If you just want to stock up as much Elemental Mastery for Nahida, this weapon is good because the subset gives you so many Elemental Mastery. The passive also offers you a cooldown reset, making you unable to do your elemental skill twice in a row. This can be a good supporting capability because, having able to do your elemental skill twice, it means that it will give you energy twice as much. The next one is Dragon's Bane and Stringless. We will talk about them at the same times because both are offensive weapons that give elemental mastery as substat. So any character that want to deal elemental reaction damage will love this weapon. Stringless increase your user elemental skill and burst, while Dragon's Bane increase the user damage against opponent that is affected by Hydro or Pyro. So yeah, give this weapon to sub DPS or even main DPS that benefit from this and you good to go. Overall, you don't really want to pull for this weapon banner unless you really love and want to hyper invest your Nahida or Nilou. And if you do want to do it, you don't need to worry of getting a trash 4-star weapon along the way because all of the featured 4-star weapon is a good weapon. And yeah, that's going to be all for this video. Let me know your thought on the banner down below in the comments, and if it helped you out, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. My name is Josan and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.